And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a well thought out. It's like if you had an idea for a premise and it was totally baked and half baked and you went on stage with it and it's nothing
Just
there.
go for it.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
If your wife is really harassed, you don't make fun of Justin Baldoni. You don't make fun of the situation. You take it very seriously. You file HR complaints. You raise the issue and you follow a legal process. What you don't do is mock the person and turn it into a joke.
Welcome back to Starlight Scoops, your go-to destination for the hottest Hollywood scoops and behind-the-scenes drama. Today, we got an explosive story that's shaking up Tinseltown like never before. We're diving deep into Joe Rogan's scathing remarks against Ryan Reynolds, the chaos behind Deadpool 3, and how a series of controversies, from lawsuits to leaked texts, are redefining Hollywood power dynamics. So, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because you won't want to miss a single detail on this wild ride. Let's start at the beginning. On a recent episode of his massively popular podcast, Joe Rogan didn't hold back as he unleashed a barrage of criticisms aimed squarely at Ryan Reynolds. According to Rogan, Reynolds is letting his Hollywood power go to his head, and his comments have resonated widely. Rogan argued that Reynolds has been using his influence in ways that have now caught up with him.
But I was like just tracking him down, and then finally got to read the script, and the script was a thriller. So that was a little confusing to me because he's like such a funny director. And so I said, what is this? Because the script is definitely like a twisting, turning, intense thriller. Is it a comedy or a thriller? And he said, yes. So then every day on set, I was like, is today a comedy or is it a thriller?
It's a good mix
and
of
it's
both.
like, yeah, it's like really kind of over the top and campy and trashy and fun and like, kind of like my outfit, I guess.
Who are you? Oh, I'm Deadpool. And I guess you're Deadpool too. But in here, everybody calls me Nice Pool. Oh my goodness, wait till you see Lady Pool. She is gorgeous. She just had a baby too and can't even tell. I don't think you're supposed to say that. That's okay. I identify as a feminine.
I always thought I'd end up in law enforcement, like my family. So I didn't imagine that acting was a way to get out of the house. It wasn't really like a passion when I was a kid. It was something that I was already doing at home, to survive. So you kind of, I noticed when I was a kid, making people laugh was a great self-defense mechanism. It really helped me kind of navigate my way through my own home with my older brothers and my dad, and I could diffuse them by making them.
Particularly in connection with the much-anticipated Deadpool 3. Joe Rogan's criticism was clear and blunt. He questioned whether Reynolds' actions on set and behind the scenes are driven by a personal agenda rather than artistic integrity. And let's be honest, folks, when someone as influential as Joe Rogan starts throwing shade, something big is brewing in the industry. Before we jump into the nitty-gritty of the controversies, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to Starlight Scoops for more exclusive Hollywood insights. Now, here's where things start to get really interesting. Marvel Studios has reportedly filed a lawsuit against Ryan Reynolds over Deadpool 3. Insiders say that Reynolds might have been using the film as a platform to settle personal scores, specifically by mocking fellow Hollywood figure Justin Baldoni. This isn't just about humor gone too far. Marvel believes that certain jokes in the film crossed a line. The controversy revolves around a character called Nice Pool, a supposed parody of Justin Baldoni. According to our sources, this was more than a playful tease. It was perceived as a targeted jab aimed at Baldoni's feminist persona and his involvement in other off-screen feuds, especially one involving Reynolds' wife, Blake Lively. Marvel's concerns are significant. The studio is not only worried about the damage to the Deadpool franchise, but also about setting a dangerous precedent. What happens when an actor uses a major film project to air personal grievances? Marvel isn't taking any chances with their tightly controlled cinematic universe. Ryan Reynolds is more than just the face of Deadpool. He's been its driving force from the very beginning. When the project was stuck in development hell, it was Reynolds' passion and ingenuity that finally got it off the ground. He even leaked test footage in 2014, sparking a fan frenzy that eventually led to the film's green light.
About a month ago, this really hit home with me too. About a month ago, I was sitting in traffic and I was just like jamming These Dreams by heart. I was killing it in the car. And there was just this busload of high school kids that were parked right beside me. I didn't even realize. I looked over and every one of their jaws were just on the ground laughing their guts out.
I mean, honestly, the way that I get into a character is through their style. So it was more about who Lily is that was so fascinating to me, is that she's a walking, talking contradiction, yet it's perfectly harmonious for her.
And I'm excited to have a creative partner in that with you. And it's just really exciting. There's so much more to say. There's so much I want to say. Oh, and there's one thing that I do need to say, which is I am so sorry you have been through what you've been through with these other filmmakers and producers or whoever the people were that you worked with. And it just pissed me off. I'm just still kind of blown away that this is the industry that we're in and that you've experienced that as a woman. And I know I don't need to say it, but that's not at all going to be or will be, and hopefully it's not been the experience with me. There's nothing more exciting to me like that I get to work with Blake Lively and have her, all of her. I mean, that's what I want. And so there's been no hesitancy with me sending you the final draft file. I am totally fine with that. The only reason I didn't send it today was because I was trying to implement and add your notes into my working draft, which is already, like, I'm all over that draft right now. So there's a whole bunch of new stars that are going to be collated pages. And I just haven't had a chance to send it to you.
But here's the twist. What started as a labor of love has turned into a battleground over creative control. As Deadpool 3 progressed, insiders began to notice that Reynolds' influence was stretching far beyond what one might expect from an actor. He was reportedly involved in everything from script revisions to casting decisions, and even marketing strategies. While this level of involvement might have initially been seen as a boon for the franchise, it eventually raised alarms at Marvel. Executives grew concerned that Reynolds was blurring the lines between actor and producer. Instead of simply playing the wisecracking anti-hero, he was making decisions that weren't always aligned with the studio's vision for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let's circle back to the controversial character, Nice Pool. Deadpool films are known for their edgy humor and fourth-wall-breaking antics, but according to insiders, this particular parody crossed the line from playful teasing into personal territory. The jokes were aimed squarely at Justin Baldoni, stirring up serious backlash both from fans and within Marvel. Many in the industry believe that this was not just a case of bad taste. It was a deliberate move by Reynolds to use his platform to settle personal scores.
I guess we'll just start with revelation number one, which was that we were totally correct about Ryan Reynolds. Or is that like a personality test? Is it called like an Enneagram personality type 1 through 9? Well, Ryan Reynolds on the Enneagram is a psycho. That's what he is, just a psycho. His number is psycho. And we had suspected, just by piecing together everything, that he didn't want Blake Lively to be away from him. Remember, I built out the timeline and I worked through it and I realized that, oh, this is interesting. Like Ryan Reynolds is filming at the same time as Blake Lively. He's also doing his Wrexham football stuff. And they're basically apart. And I'm sure he popped back a few times, but for like 4 months scheduled to be apart in a different country. And yeah, I felt that Ryan was kicking up some dust because he didn't want to leave Blake Lively alone with Justin Baldoni. Who owns the next movie script? I am going to invest myself everywhere. I'm going to be doing your movie premiere. I'm going to be doing promos and making fun of you, right? I'm going to put myself in the end credits. Like, this is like psychotic behavior, okay? And as long as Ryan's a lot smarter than her, and she therefore allows him to manipulate and control every layer of his life, so long as she can just, you know, be the princess, essentially, okay? Blake Lively is not a good person, that she has proven herself not to be a kind person, okay? And that's largely due to the fact that she is a modern feminist, and so she has to create struggle where there just isn't any, okay? She has a track record of being difficult to work with, from Armie Hammer, who got fired from Gossip Girl because he said during a dinner that she was a bitch, regarding Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, when I just recognize that they're up on their high horses and that they potentially treat people very badly and that really they're bored and rich. Another circumstance that made me see right through Ryan Reynolds and the kind of person that he is, when despite being friends with Joe Alwyn, who dated Taylor Swift for 5 years, she's best friends with Blake Lively, Ryan and Blake and 2 other of her friends all staged a mass unfollowing of Joe Alwyn like they were 13 years old. Okay, Ryan, you're 48 years old. Grow up. Literally grow up. I have not seen a case so open and shut in my life. And the more that I read and the more details that I get into, I'm just shocked at how many lies.
Critics argue that by injecting personal vendettas into a major film, Reynolds jeopardized not only his career, but the integrity of the Deadpool franchise itself. And let's face it, when Marvel Studios gets involved, it's never just about creative differences. It's about protecting their brand. We want to know what you think. Is this all just edgy humor taken too far, or has Reynolds really crossed a line? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to Starlight Scoops for more explosive Hollywood news. Moving on to another layer of this intricate scandal, we delve into the backstage feud between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Originally, these two were supposed to be a match made in cinematic heaven on the set of It Ends With Us, an adaptation of Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel. However, creative differences soon emerged, and what began as a minor disagreement escalated into full-blown conflict. Sources reveal that Blake Lively felt sidelined as Justin Baldoni took on multiple roles: director, co-writer, and lead actor, leaving her with little influence over her character's portrayal. The tension was palpable, and as the disagreements grew, rumors of leaked negative press and behind-the-scenes manipulations started to surface. It gets even more dramatic. Leaked text messages reportedly revealed that Lively referred to her allies, including Ryan Reynolds, as her dragons. This term set off a firestorm of speculation. Was Lively orchestrating a behind-the-scenes campaign to control the narrative? Were these so-called dragons part of a larger strategy to sway public opinion in her favor? Now, let's talk about those leaked texts in more detail. They're causing quite the stir in Hollywood circles. The messages allegedly show Blake Lively referring to her close circle, including Ryan Reynolds, as her dragons, a term that has now become a symbol of her alleged behind-the-scenes maneuvering. Critics argue that this isn't just a quirky nickname, it's indicative of a larger pattern of behavior. The texts have raised serious questions about whether Reynolds has been leveraging his influence to support Lively during her feud with Baldoni. And if that's the case, how far is he willing to go to protect his personal interests, and at what cost to the integrity of the Deadpool franchise? This controversy has not only tarnished Reynolds' public image, but has also put Lively's reputation on the line. Her careful, polished image is now being questioned as fans and insiders alike debate whether her actions were justified or simply manipulative. Amid all this drama, one of the biggest questions is, has Reynolds' creative freedom gone too far? Marvel Studios is renowned for maintaining tight control over its cinematic universe, and the increasing influence of one actor on a major franchise is a recipe for conflict. Reports suggest that during the production of Deadpool 3, Marvel executives became increasingly uneasy with Reynolds' involvement in decisions that were typically reserved for the studio's top brass. While Reynolds' hands-on approach initially helped revive the franchise and fuel fan excitement, it soon turned into a source of tension. Executives were left to wonder whether Reynolds was prioritizing his personal agenda over the long-term vision of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Nice Pool incident only exacerbated these concerns, forcing Marvel to take legal action. This isn't just a contractual dispute, it's a fundamental clash over creative control in one of Hollywood's biggest franchises. As the controversy escalates, public opinion has started to turn. Fans who once adored Ryan Reynolds for his charming, wisecracking persona are now divided. Many are questioning whether his off-screen behavior aligns with the persona we've all come to love on screen. Has Reynolds let his ego get the better of him? Are these personal vendettas and creative decisions jeopardizing not only his career, but also the legacy of Deadpool? Industry insiders are equally divided. Some believe that Reynolds' passionate approach to filmmaking is exactly what has made Deadpool such a unique and beloved franchise. Others see his increasing involvement as a dangerous precedent, one that could have far-reaching consequences not only for his career but also for the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Of course, we can't ignore the role Joe Rogan has played in all of this. His recent podcast episode has only added fuel to the fire. By openly mocking Reynolds and suggesting that his behavior on the set of Deadpool 3 has been driven by an inflated sense of power, Rogan has amplified the controversy to new heights. Rogan's platform is massive, and his comments have reached millions, forcing both fans and industry insiders to re-examine Reynolds' actions. Some applaud Rogan for calling out what he sees as a dangerous misuse of power, while others feel that his criticisms are overly harsh, perhaps even personal. Regardless of where you stand, there's no denying that Rogan's comments have significantly intensified the public scrutiny of Reynolds. And with every passing day, it seems that the pressure on Reynolds is mounting. So, where does all this leave Ryan Reynolds? The future of Deadpool and Reynolds' role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe now hangs in the balance. With Marvel Studios taking legal action and growing concerns over his creative control, Reynolds' once revered position may be under serious threat. For many, losing the Deadpool franchise would not just be a professional setback, it would mark the end of an era. Deadpool isn't just a film for fans, it's a cultural icon, and Reynolds' portrayal has defined the character for over a decade. Now, with producers and Marvel executives questioning whether his personal vendettas have clouded his judgment, the uncertainty surrounding his future is palpable. And it's not just Reynolds who's feeling the heat. Blake Lively, embroiled in her own feud and facing backlash over the leaked texts and her alleged manipulative tactics, is also under the microscope. The once admired Hollywood couple now finds themselves at the center of an explosive storm of controversies that could redefine their careers. This isn't just a story about one actor or one film. It's about power, influence, and what happens when personal agendas start to collide with the grand visions of major studios like Marvel. As this legal battle and public feud continue to unfold, one thing is certain: Hollywood will never be the same. What do you think? Can Reynolds reclaim his throne as the wisecracking anti-hero we all love? Or is this the end of his reign? And will Marvel be able to restore balance to the MCU? Or are we about to witness a seismic shift in Hollywood power dynamics? Let us know in the comments below. Before we wrap up, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the latest Hollywood scandal, please hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to Starlight Scoops for more in-depth coverage and the juiciest insider news. We've got so much more coming your way. This scandal isn't just about personal grievances. It's a mirror reflecting the complexities of power in Hollywood. It raises important questions about creative freedom, accountability, and the potential dangers of unchecked influence. We'll be keeping a close eye on this story as it develops, and you can bet that Starlight Scoops will bring you every update as soon as it happens. So, if you're not already part of our community, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and click the notification bell so you never miss a scoop from your favorite channel. Thank you so much for watching today's video. We truly appreciate your support and your engagement in these discussions. Hollywood is a fascinating place, full of drama, ambition, and controversy. And we're here to make sure you get the full picture, every step of the way. Don't forget, Starlight Scoops is your one-stop channel for all the sizzling Hollywood news and behind-the-scenes drama. Like, comment, and subscribe now, and share this video with anyone who loves a good Hollywood scandal. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the flip side.